Saturday, August 8th, 2020, first regatta in a long, long time. San Diego Olympic Classes Regatta. And we got the difference between the bay that you've been practicing in and the ocean is you're gonna see these little 1.5, 2 foot swells. So like right now I'm going down into a trough. Now I'm going up. Every time the boat goes up and down, the apparent wind shifts. So we're not gonna talk about it now. It takes quite a bit of practice to get good at swell management, being able to steer properly and know what the VMG angle is in this. A lot of people go too high in swells. Other people go side swell. Here's a little bigger swell right now. I'm going up to the top, dropping down a little. So that changes the wind. Every single time I speed up and slow down or go up and down. But side swells are hard to sail in. So if one tack is taking you into the swell and the other one sideways to it, big difference in how the boat sails. So our goals for today were focus on elapsed time, being like a racer, ski racer, trying to sail the shortest amount of time possible, pushing yourself upwind and downwind, saving seconds wherever you can, focusing less on points. It's going to be harder to judge the line out here because the line sight is, if it lines up with a ship or the islands, I can't see the islands, if it lines up with a ship or something, but it's so hazy, using a line sight will be much more difficult, harder to judge the line in the ocean. If you're late at the start, one of our goals is to get a trigger of, if we identify we're late for the start, immediately close reaching to get flow over the boards, to get the wind to increase and get moving. So big deal there. We're waiting too long to identify when we're late and just sitting there close haul. We're working on not just tacking out to the start and then ducking the third row. You only tack out of bad air if you're only ducking the first or second row. So stay in bad air until you're only ducking the first or second row. Don't go dipping back downwind and duck the third or fourth row. 55 boat fleet, we gotta minimize our tacks, but we can't be corner bangers. So we talked about that, and we will see how we do in race one. Beautiful day. 54 boats. We've got 7 in this fleet. That is Tommy. No, that is Taylor in boat 9. That is Sophia right next to him in 28. And Lena. All of our boats are up here despite the pin being favored, but that's okay because we do think that we want to get going on port tack relatively soon here on a kind of a westerly day. This position right south of Point Loma usually does not pay hard left. Wow. Did he just pull off a start? So Lena should be hiking harder and pressing and just fully, they're trying to hold a lane, I see it. Did not look like the pin was that favored, but I do think that those boats are further upwind than we are. The good thing about starting at this end is it's probably not as much talent. Here goes Taylor. One of our goals was to not duck the third row. So we're gonna see he is ducking. He is ducking the third row a little bit, but not bad. That was good. He didn't have to turn down a lot. That was the most important thing. Had he tacked earlier, he would have been turning back downwind to duck. This time he just... I think Taylor is a whopping 120 pounds. And it's a solid 10, 11 knots. His first big... This is a Sabbath sailor, racing lasers. Laser sailor too, but mostly he's race Sabbaths. Here's Sophia. She'll grind some people down. She's one of our best hikers. So not a great start, but good job getting a lane. That's going to turn into a really good lane pretty soon. Mrs. Preston did not get a good start. So we'll maybe try to look back on what happened. Mercy up here in boat 8 in about 10th or 12th with a lot of boats rolling. Oh, is she gonna make it? Oh my gosh. That was awesome. Eased her bang. Very good. Somewhere in the top 15. So as you're coming downwind, you notice first place went to the left gate. So when you're back in behind them, you're already thinking, okay, it's very likely I'm trying to get to the left gate. So you look upwind and you try to find the breeze or whatever, or the other boats, and you're gonna start working that way initially. So when you're a minute behind back there, you're already starting to make a plan, because these guys are smart, right? They're not dumb. So you can see he's very loose on the Cunningham because he's only about 40% hike. So as soon as he went more hike, he's in height mode right now. He's trying to stay high. He's not footing really hard. He's trying to make sure he stays on the wind. Yeah, there you go. You see how they'll hike really hard and back when their bow is going to slap. Anytime the bow is going to slap, their shoulders are going back. This guy did a really nice job of sticking it high. He's got more vang. He's bigger than half of you on our team, and he's got more boom vang than you. I think Morgan's actually not smoked on his boom vang. His boom actually is rising up a little. This guy's boom, I think, is going straight out. So you have to know that. Is your boom going up when you ease it? Or is it going straight out? If you're really light, it should be going straight out. If you're heavier and like these guys, it should be going up then out. That's how you're setting the vang right now. Because it's not very windy. The wind's down to 10 knots, maybe 9. I see Mercy over there in 8, and she went to the right gate. I think the boats are exiting the gates at about a 45-degree angle on both tacks, when you compare it to the angle of the line. So I think the gates are essentially identical upwind. They're equal distant upwind each gate. The last beat, the first beat of that race was the boats to the left started ahead about 3.5 lengths over the boat on the right, and then the left was okay. Neither was spectacular. So I wouldn't know which way to go right now. I would probably just race my fleet. I would just try to win the side as best I can at wherever I am. Look right out here. You're going to see boat number 8 right in there. Single number boat charging. And I think she's gained. I'm going to say she's in the top 15. That's very good in a 54 boat fleet for your first race at a major laser regatta. She could be better than that. She kind of nailed it. She is really powered up. Let's see. Not this guy right here, but up there, that's Tommy. These are his conditions. And he is not that far behind Mercy. So he's probably in the low 20s out of 54. These are his conditions. So we're going to work on with Tommy, making sure he's not pointing too high. And I need him to sail 1 more degree flatter consistently. And then we'll add to him too. You have to press a boat length before waves. So you're looking at the water as you see waves approaching, about a boat length, you're already pressing a little. Then you stay pressed as you go through the waves. You lean back. You maybe even burp the main a little as you press, but you just have to, it just takes practice. And then as soon as you're finding flat water, you're letting the boat cruise up from there just a tiny bit. But you're never ever luffing the sail right now. You shouldn't be luffing the sail, except in the flattest of spots. Race 1 finishing downwind so they can start another race right away. Very loose Vang, very loose Cunningham, loose outhaul. And That's a little bit of rocking. As long as the boat turns, see, when he flattens the boat out, the boat has to turn up. There it goes a little. He should exaggerate. Ooh, that was an ooch. Ooching not legal. His bang is tighter, and he's not rocking as much. When he heels to windward, he goes down. When he flattens out, he goes up. See how he goes down, up, right. So that's legal. As long as the boat's turning. Ooh, ooch. That's not legal. Just trying to see how rocky the middle of the fleet is. These are the boats in 10 to 15th place. When I looked at the fleet, I was looking at them. Then I looked further back. Let's watch this pack. Don't think they were rocking as much, but maybe I could be wrong. Oh, there's Sophia out there, I think in 28. There's Mercy and Tommy right next to each other. Oh no, that's not Tommy. I saw the red penny. Okay, so Mercy's got Cunningham. I'd go looser. I think looser Vang. I think she's probably a little tighter than the leaders. The leaders were quite twisted. I gotta get out of here. Red penny was Stella. So these guys are about mid-pack. They're probably 25th, and that's good for the first race. Pretty good. Mid-pack out of now I think Mercy needs the main out further. Yeah, don't sail with the main in. Don't let the coaches talk you into trimming too much. Downwind is downwind. The main's got to be at Mercy sail's just not going out far enough. She's got to go further. Stella should have the Cunningham looser, the board up, and heeling to windward more. Don't want to sail flat like that. That means rudder drag. But anyway, I'm happy. Coming around the gate buoy and then reaching over to the finish. Yes, the kids knew the course. I didn't, which I tell them I don't need to know the courses. Okay, not bad. What did we have? A 9 to 12 knot race. The pin end was favored in race 1, so I didn't get to see where everybody started. I will ask you after the finish, and then we'll try to make a plan for our next start, because I have to assume some of the people back here just were not on the starting line, and then probably sailed in bad air quite a bit. So we're going to look to improve race 2.